This is a story of when I was in elementary school.
Where did you go, Mom?
Our household was pretty poor, but the three of us were all having a great time together. However, one day, my mother suddenly disappeared. I'm sorry, Masamune. At the time, I had cried so much that apparently my eyes were itchy, and as a result...
Huh? Is there a freaking pimple in my eye? Dude, look at that eye. Well, that's so scary. What is that?
I guess it's just because he doesn't have a mom, huh?
I used to have a pretty bright personality and had a lot of friends, but after my mother disappeared, things completely changed. I wasn't really able to blend in with my friends because of my eye.
What the heck did I ever do to deserve this?
Right as I had lost all hope in everything, I saw the billboard of a certain hospital.
Hospital, huh? I'm so poor that I can't pay to be checked out. I wonder if they can take a look and I can pay later or something.
I figured they wouldn't take me seriously, but I went just because what would be the worst they could do?
I'm sorry, my household is really poor. I don't have money, but could you please fix this pimple on my eye?
Oh, I see. Then come with me, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Is she going to fix me?
I was led to the back, where there were a bunch of nurses lying around in bed.
Huh? Why are there so many nurses just lying around in bed?
Don't worry, we won't do anything that's gonna hurt you. I feel so bad for you, not able to get treatment because you're poor. We'll lick it and make it all better.
Huh?
Then the nurses started licking my eyeball.
What the heck are you doing?
I told you this is how we treat your eye. Come on, don't move, hold still. If you just stay still, it'll be done real fast.
Huh? What the heck is this situation?
That day, I just ended up getting my eye licked by a bunch of nurses before I headed back home.
What the heck was that about? My eye is freaking itchy.
Masamune, does your eye still itch? Do you need to ice it or something?
No, I'm okay, Dad. I know that he's gonna be worried, so I'm not gonna tell him what happened at the hospital. I feel like something's stuck in my eye and it just feels so weird. I can't sleep like this. It feels warm to the touch and I feel like the bumps are somehow bigger.
I couldn't help but be curious, so I decided to check it out by going to the bathroom. Then...
What the heck is this?
My eye was a very bright red and swollen, even more than before I had gone to the hospital.
I knew I should have gone to a legit hospital and actually had it fixed. But I don't have any money. What should I do?
I ended up not being able to do anything before going to sleep.
Morning, Dad.
Morning? Wait, what? What the heck happened to your eye? It's so much worse than before.
It's fine. I just scratched my eye a little too much is all.
I managed to stop my dad from digging before heading to school.
Jeez, look at his freaking eye. It's worse than yesterday.
What the heck is that? It's freaking scary to look at.
Those freaking nurses have ruined my eye. I cannot let this go.
I felt a strong rage building within me, so I swore to myself that I would make those nurses pay, no matter what. After class, I returned to the hospital once again.
Old lady, I'm just gonna be nice and tell you that I don't think you should get your treatments here.
What are you talking about, young man? Why?
The nurses here licked my eye and they made it turn this red. I started telling the truth to all the people that were showing up in the hospital.
All the nurses here are so kind. You can't say that kind of thing even as a joke, okay?
I'm not joking around, I'm being serious. However, not a single person would actually listen to my story seriously. Not a single one. It's not gonna work at this rate. I need to make sure that I reveal the truth behind those nurses. I was looking around the hospital when I managed to find the 3 nurses that licked my eyeball in the hospital. Those are the nurses from yesterday. I continued to hide in the shadows and just watch them in.
Excuse us for coming while you're asleep. It's time for us to perform a procedure.
You're totally fine just lying down like that, okay?
We'll be done in a moment.
The nurses were licking the eyeballs of patients who were sound asleep. It wasn't just me. There were other people who were getting their eyes licked too. And that person is half asleep, so he doesn't even know it. I went back to my house after that and decided to think about why the nurses were all licking the patient's eyeballs. Do eyeballs taste good or something? That's impossible. It was difficult for a 10-year-old to try to come up with a valid explanation of what was going on. On top of that, I was so caught up in thinking about this that I had missed something important.
I need to earn more. I need to earn more.
I didn't notice that my father was working harder than ever before. My father was sick, so he could only really do simple jobs, but he was doing twice as much work as he normally did. Morning. Dad? Maybe it was because he had pushed himself. He seemed to have collapsed first thing in the morning. Are you okay? Wake up, Dad! I finally realized at this point that my father was working harder than before. What the heck is this? Dad, you're working way too much! Why did you push yourself like this so suddenly?
I'm sorry. I figured that we needed to get your eyes checked out, so I wanted to earn enough money for your treatment.
I couldn't help but cry after hearing the reason that my father had collapsed. But I'm okay, Dad. Please don't push yourself. If you disappear too,
I'm really sorry.
No more work today. I want you to rest and rest some more, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Those freaking nurses made my eye this much worse, so Dad pushed himself beyond his limits. I'm gonna find proof of what they did. That whole incident caused me to have even more hatred towards them. I headed to the hospital once again, decided that I would reveal everything once and for all. Excuse me, I'm actually researching some rumors about this hospital for a social studies project. I used my position as an elementary school student and started talking to people who were coming to the hospital. I just interviewed anyone and everyone there. As a result,
This hospital's ophthalmology department is always super busy. It's not just routine stuff either. They seem really busy doing rounds of patients that are in the hospital.
wow, I wonder if the doctor is really good.
I've seen him once, but he was just a regular doctor. I'm not sure what it is.
Rumors about the hospital, huh? Well, I heard that if you stay in this hospital, there's a good chance that you get some kind of eyeball sickness.
Wow, that's scary. After I got this much information, I landed on a single hypothesis. Wait a second. Are the nurses licking the patient's eyes to increase the amount of germs to make them have some kind of eye infection? So that more patients come to the hospital? I used this hypothesis and went to the police to talk to them about it. So those nurses lick the patient's eyeballs and are increasing the amount of sick people to bring up their bottom line. However,
You've got an interesting story, kiddo. Maybe you should be an author. Sorry, buddy, but we're really busy right now.
I'm serious. I'm also a victim in all of this.
I used to pretend to be a detective when I was young, too, so I totally understand how you feel.
I'm not doing that, though. In the end, the adults never would listen to what this young little boy was saying. I was really upset and not sure what to do for a while when...
Speaking of, kiddo, apparently a TV station's going to be interviewing that hospital soon. If you watch that, you might be able to find out how wonderful the people in that hospital are.
An interview? This might be a good chance. That's when I came up with a certain plan. A few days later, a TV crew was streaming live from the hospital to interview nurses on the front lines of medicine.
Okay, everyone, it's time for your procedure. Let's change that bandage for you. I'm gonna put some medicine on that.
The nurses in question gently treated the patient and are acting like very kind nurses.
Everyone, please take a look. These nurses are so lovely and kind.
If we get more patients, our pay's gonna go up even more. We need to be serious, at least for today. What am I gonna buy for my next bonus then?
Let's talk to a patient and see what they say. Do you have a second, buddy?
Sure, I do. I took the opportunity to get near the camera, so they decided to interview me.
You're kidding me? That child? Why the hell is he here again?
I didn't have money, so I came here for some help, but then they suddenly dragged me to the back and licked my eyeball. My condition was so much worse. There are rumors that they're trying to increase the amount of patients that come here like that.
Huh? Really?
I was using this live stream to tell the truth behind the hospital.
I think this might turn out to be something that we can't stream live.
As the interviewer was clearly thrown off balance, a single nurse came barging in and came between the camera and I. I'm
so sorry. This is one of our psychiatric patients. He can't tell the difference between reality and his hallucinations. Come on, let's go back up to your room, okay?
I'm not just making this up, I'm telling you all the truth.
Seems like your meds aren't working too well today. Come on, let's get going now.
Okay, this should be enough for the people to understand that I'm telling the truth. However, the following day, people thought that I said what I said to screw with the live stream.
That's the boy who ruined the TV show. Why do you think he wanted to be such a horrible brat on national TV?
The neighbors started to treat me rudely, became unfriendly to me. But I worked so hard and not a single person believed what I said. I completely lost all hope after I was so sure that it would work.
I trust what you're saying, Masamune. I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to notice after something that horrible happened to you.
Dad was my only friend in all this. Thank you, Dad. Then the doorbell rang. I'm sure that's probably just someone messing with us after what they saw on TV yesterday.
Phew, that was so freaking close yesterday.
But no one believed him because he was just a kid. Talk about perfect.
We actually kind of got a lot of attention from that, so we might get more patients now.
Not only did the nurses in question not think again about what they had said, but they were happy about what had happened. However, right around then...
Yes?
I'm a woman who used to stay at your hospital for a while. Is it true what that little boy was saying on TV yesterday? My eye actually suddenly developed a condition while I was staying there, so I was really confused too.
Oh, that's just a patient's weird fantasy, so it's not real.
Some ex-patients at that hospital started calling in, and it wasn't just one or two.
Hey! Is it true that your hospital does some horrible things to eyeballs to try to make more money?
No way! Our hospital does no such thing, so please don't worry.
More and more callers rang in and the phones never stopped ringing. On top of that...
Is it true that you're licking patients' eyes?
Who was the one that ordered you to make more money?
We hear that you three are the ones who actually did it. Is that true?
No, how did this happen?
Many of the ex-patients all provide information to the media, and countless news agencies crowd the hospital in search of the truth. As for me, I slowly opened the door and I realized that the media companies from yesterday were there.
Thanks to you, we were able to find out about the terrible things they were doing in that hospital.
That hospital won't be able to do anything bad anymore. You're incredible, kid.
Apparently that live stream spurred on a real investigation. Here's the truth about what was going on.
The ophthalmology department isn't very labor intense and doesn't make much money, so I want you all to put in the work. Obviously, you'll get a cut.
Leave it to us!
That's how the nurses were asked by the hospital director to increase the amount of patients by licking eyeballs.
Yay! I worked hard last month, so I got 1K bonus.
Just a quick lick of the patient's eye and 1K. Talk about easy.
The hospital and I are both happy. Talk about a win-win.
Their little licking at went well and they easily made more money. They continued to increase the amount of patients as much as they could.
Thanks to your whistleblowing, there were so many patients calling in and giving us information.
Finally, the police were able to do something about it after hearing about everything.
The nurses and director are all under arrest too.
That's awesome! Later, this was broadcast on national TV as the eyeball licking incident.
We were just doing what the director told us to do!
Why do we have to get arrested?
This society is wrong!
My hard work wasn't in vain! Later, I would get damages payment from the hospital. I would use that money to go to a legitimate hospital and treat my eye. Dad, I did it! My eye is all better!
I'm so happy. I'm so happy, kiddo.
That was the moment that I realized how powerful streaming was. I decided that I would use this experience to find my lost mother by becoming a MoniTuber. What did you guys think about the story of how I became a MoniTuber? There were a lot of times that I hated it and wanted to quit, but I'm glad that I pushed myself. I hope I find my mom one day. Don't forget to subscribe.
Looking for more interesting stories and videos? Then come check out other videos from Mani people here. We'd love to hear your thoughts too. Drop a line in the comments below. See you soon!